What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JustDaNorm. Today we're going to make an 808 drum using a TTS. You basically just click on the first track, go down to drum set, and you can do orchestra set. You can use some toms that are on here, but I actually found the percussive 808 tom, which really works well, and you can go about adjusting it the way you want to. You can play with the attack, the decay, the release. So you're going to see me like doing some things here and there. Just really playing around with it and trying to get a sound that I'm looking for, because I can create an 808 sound, 808 bass or 808 tom or whichever, by doing a few other things. I can take a sine wave, manipulate it and play around with it to get the sound that I'm looking for. But this is a cool way to do it without having to download any other softwares or get any other type of samples. You could just go in here and play with this and do your thing. There are some things that you could do on here, but then there are some limitations. But like the main thing that I'm really focused on is the attack and getting the decay, and then I can add reverb and extra effects and EQ and all that good stuff later on if I'm going to continue working on this little tune or just a tune that I created. Now, the whole purpose of this piece of music was just to create something without using any type of effects. Now, even though these are part of the sound, they're not really effects, even though I'm affecting the sound, but I'm not adding any additional plugins to it. I'm just manipulating the sound with the characteristics of the sound itself, basically. So which has a lot to do with the attack is catching the first transients. So making sure that, you know, whenever that do, you know, when it hits do, you know, that that sound that you hear is that first transient. And maybe I wanted to come in, kind of fade in, ooh, do, kind of like that. So, and that's the more characteristics that you find in the 808s that are used on hip hop music and rap music today, trap and stuff like that. So you can go about doing this. You can pitch this the way you want to. I was playing with the modulation and down there in the portamento, which are some other cool effects that you can do, but that stuff wasn't really working. I don't know if it works for this particular patch. Maybe some other things. But yeah, you can tune it. You can do fine tuning if you want it to be slightly out of tune or a few cents off or maybe quarter tone off, etc. Now, at first I was really playing around with just, you know, using the pitch and just doing like chromatic notes and stuff, just trying to get a good idea of what I want to do. I'm gonna go ahead and take that attack back to where I had it, just because I really want it to be more like ease again. Let's go ahead and record this thing. Yeah. Ooh. And it's gonna be pretty cool when I go back and actually mess with this and, you know, really tamper with it. Maybe I'll use other effects later on, but it's good to see if you can just record a song and just focus on the instruments and not focus on trying to add all the little fancy and extra stuff, because before, you know, we started manipulating sound with all of these effects, with these artificial effects, everything was recorded naturally in the room that you wanted that sound. So if you wanted to have a cathedral type hall effect, like a reverb, then you would go through a cathedral and you would do it there. Or if you wanted to have a plate reverb, they actually had plates that they used to vibrate the sound together and make the reverb, and they would mic the plates and then basically bring that into the mixer to record it. So, but now we have analog effects, and now we have digital effects that do the same thing. So we have, you know, evolved, as they say. But it's always good to go back to old school and just focus on, okay, can I hear the drums loud enough? Can I hear the bass loud enough? All right, I'm not worried about EQ. I'm not worried about reverb, delay, chorus, flanger, any of the other type effects. So keep this in mind. This 808 drum is something that you definitely could use if you're into using 808s. Now, I used it as a sub bass, but I still have an actual bass line on this. And if you like this video, then you might want to see how I came up with the bass line, because I did do some playing around with that too as well. So stay tuned for the next video, which will focus on that.